Oh, we're getting ready to go to Ribfest. We're just going to run through all the babies really quick. First off, we got Ale Sun. She's racing Monday at the fair in... honey, can you... Sorry. Ale Sun is racing at the fair in Camden on Monday. She's had a great... She's had a different kind of run, didn't she? She raced good her first start and then poor her next two. Raced really well when we got her in an easier setting last week, and then even an easier setting on Monday. Should be a good confidence booster for her. It looks like everything's going to plan. We're going to get into the Buckeye final and the Consolation, which is going to be exactly what we are looking for. One more fly, go away. Anteros, he's starting to train back good. Looks really, really good. This is a horse that obviously got injured in the spring. There was a lot of question marks surrounding him. Looks great now. Tiny little curve popped out, but that's nothing. We can fix that. He'll be continuing to train down. Arctic Force, we chopped all his toes off today. All we meant by that is we took all the excess toe off of him, cleaned out his soles really good where there was some bruising, put his bar shoes back on. We'll jog him for a week. If he doesn't look like he's getting closer to 100%, we're just going to call it a year for him. He took a mark of 156 his last start, paced in 155 the start before that. The horse we hoped we'd see in June, July, and August. Oh my goodness. Didn't show. Hey, give her a sucky, Abe. Didn't show up right away, but he's showing up now. Beach Boutique is making her second start lifetime. She's going to be racing. Tuesday at Georgian Downs. Travis Henry's going to drive her. She looks really, really good in that class. Beach Bum BB's racing great. Brandon did a great job with her the other day. Finished second in 55. Came from last to do it and looked really, really good. Bend Over, we parted ways with Bend Over, so to speak. We sold him. He's going to be heading out to his new home in Indiana this coming week. Bottle of Red, she's still out in the field. She's going to be out in the field for a couple of months yet. Brush Cut, he's racing tomorrow night. I made a mistake. I said he was racing tonight. He's racing tomorrow night at Georgian Downs. So really, what's that? No, it's all right. So Brush Cut's racing really, really good. I shouldn't say he's racing really, really good. He raced poor his last four. Outside of last week, I thought he raced really well at Kawartha Downs. I guess some of the people that sold the shares pretty cheap disagreed with me, but he's back in to go tomorrow, Georgian Downs, and I suspect he'll be good. Then we have Cabernet. She's training down really, really well. Been in 218 or 220. Harry really likes her, says she's sharp as a tack. So hopefully she's better and all healed up. It looks like she is. She looks like $1 million. Did you see her in the barn, Cabernet?
Yeah.
My God, she looks good. Harry is really, really, really impressed with her. Canadian Titan, pretty not hard not to be impressed with her. She's closing in on 30,000. Trotted in 57 the other day and looked like $1 million doing it. My God, she looked good. Canadian Titan continues to impress and really overachieve. You know, if you had a hard number, what do you think she can do in June? Even if I extrapolated as optimistically as I could, I think she still would have surpassed what I thought she could do right now, and she looked really, really good lately. Capistrano still undefeated. She's 2 for 2. See if she keeps that streak going tonight in Hanover. Pick to Win. Mario Bergeron's going to drive her, and I think she's got a really, really good chance. Cheatin' Dixie's heading to the sale on Monday. We talked about Dixie. I like Dixie, and I hope she goes to a good home because she earned it. You know, she works hard all the time. She's just not completely sound in her knees just yet, and hopefully she can get there. We got Classic Con. He's trained twice now at Mohawk, trained great in 2.8 and 2.9. Mario's probably going to train him in 2.4 this week, and then school him, Ava, sucky, then school him a week from Tuesday. Compass Rose DC continues to do really, really good things. She's got, 60,000 or something made now this year? It's unbelievable. 60,000 made this year. Compass Rose DC is coming in sharp into the final of the Sire Stakes. Then we have Crazy Mission, not really that sharp right now. He's made some breaks at the fairs and really struggled. This is a colt that I drove in Northfield, trotted in 59, and I thought he raced rather well. If he goes for nothing, which I'm concerned he might, we'll retain him and roll the dice on him this fall. Don't believe me, just watch. He's been fantastic all year. Paced in 53 again the other day. He races a week from Monday. Emerald Miss, she's out in the field, having a little bit of a rest. She'll come back in, I guess, November sometime. We'll start her back up for maybe an early start to the stake races next year in Ohio. We'll probably have her ready for January, February. Enduring Strength is racing tonight at Georgian Downs. I like the way he qualified. I like the way he trained. I went with him 2 weeks ago. I thought he trained well, and then Mario qualified him and said he went well. So I expect him to be very good tonight at Georgian Downs. Excellent Nation's back walking. He'll be jogging starting next week, and then we'll take our time with him. I suspect he'll be a really, really nice colt for us all fall and winter when we get him up and running. Fox Valley Shazam, she's in tonight. Fox Valley Shazam races at Georgian Downs tonight for me. Mario said she trained very, very well the other day. She was happy and content. I think this filly's sitting on a breakout start or two coming forward, and we'll see how she does tonight at Georgian Downs. Forged and Fired out. He's going to be Ava. He's going to be out in the field for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll bring him back in. I don't really know what to expect with him. He had that operation on his throat. He looks sharp. He looks really, really comfortable. Let's see how he does. My expectations are low, but I really like this colt. I want to see how he trains back. He was one of our better trainers in February when all this, this mess happened with his throat. So we'll see if we can get him back going and see what kind of horse he becomes. Frontier Cruise not just pulled him up by his bootstraps, but he jumped off the sale list and into the top 10 list with some really, really good miles his last 3 starts. Very impressed with him. He's back in to go Tuesday at Georgian. I may have said to somebody, we're going to race him in the grassroots at Clinton, and then I got thinking, the grassroots at Clinton, unless you're in contention to be one of the best, why bother? Really what you're saying is, I'm going to pay $350 to race for a little more than the non-winners at 2 at Mohawk. I think racing for $10,000 at Georgian Downs makes a lot more sense than racing for $23,000 against potentially faster horses, maybe, depending on who you get in with. Plus, we got a big giant colt going over the tightest half-mile track outside of Dresden, I guess, in Ontario. Makes more sense just to stay where we're at for now. We'll race him a few more times, and then shut him down for the year. He'll be castrated and turned out for the fall. Giddy Up Max, very similar boat as Frontier Cruise. Little disappointing, but at the same time shown some flashes of talent. I'd like to see him take a mark real soon. To do that, he would have to beat Frontier Cruise on Tuesday. Don't know if he can beat Frontier Cruise right now, but both of them are ready to go a really good mile. Shouldn't say that. Last time I raced Giddy Up Max, he paced 55, I think, at Georgian Downs, so maybe he is ready. Maybe he is ready to dance with Frontier Cruise. Globetrotting, I think it goes without saying, our best horse of 2019. I think she cemented that the other day. There's a lot of horses in the barn with talent, a lot of horses in the barn that are fast, but none of them can do it as flashy and as talented looking on a regular basis as Globetrotting. Even when she's made 2 mistakes, she still looked fabulous. And I think she's sitting on 2 or 3 real big races moving forward. 4 left in her 2019 campaign. She's got the race next week for 300. Then she's got the Ohio State Fair in Jug Week. And then she has the Breeders' Crown, hopefully eliminations and finals. That would be a big 2019 for Globetrotting. Harness AM, again, also had a big year this year. Not a whole lot to show for it, though. Only about $27,000 made. Only because she's caught some real tough divisions and had some real rough luck. 8-hole in with 7 Bearcats Wednesday at the Meadows. She races for $90,000, but it may as well be $9 million because she's racing against the deepest division I've seen there all year long. Hometown Boy, or Havana Unana, she's gonna rest up for a week and race once more in Ohio, and then we'll see. She's got a race coming up in Delaware Jug Week also. Then we have Hometown Boys. He was castrated and turned out he'll come back in the fall. I'll play it alone. We'll race him once or twice more. I think I'll race him next week I think I'm here for Saturday. If I'm here Saturday, I'm going to race him at Georgian or Kawartha next week. I was happy with the way he behaved, but he was still rough in the last turn, so he might need a little touch-up for next Saturday. We'll see how he behaves. What else do we got here? We got Inland Beach. Inland Beach is racing very, very good. She's paced in 155 her last 2 starts. She's in the grassroots tonight. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's 4-1 morning line. I think Mario will probably drive her a little aggressively. I want to see how she races, because I won on the front with her at Kawartha. Now we only went in 2 minutes, but she was very, very good that night. Really excited to see what she's going to do tonight. Jailhouse Masters caught some real bad luck with that guy. He had a little line in his foot. We had to stop with him for the year, much like we had to with White Tiger. Similar injury. Jailhouse Masters is a little more severe, but not too bad. He'll heal up good. The vet that x-rayed him said he expects him to make a full recovery. Johan, I got to talk to the vet. I assume he can start back jogging soon, I would suspect. I'm going to start putting him on the walker next week, and we'll see how he behaves. Just for me and you, another hard luck story out of Pennsylvania where she just can't catch a break. She needed to do good last week, drew the outside, got a little rough leaving. We had to settle for a 3rd over trip. Then again, this week, drew the outside again. I got to get her away from the gate a little cleaner and a little closer this week. So let's see how that works out. Knockdown drag out, she's coming back for a little refresher course. We're going to put a little blister on her knees, hocks and stifles, change her shoes, and see how she feels over at Mohawk, a little closer to home. Maybe a little homesick. We'll see. For those of you out there that said, turn her out, I appreciate your input, but we're not turning her out just yet. She is going to, as I said, get back to the basics and see how she behaves. I suspect she'll come back around just fine. Libero Hanover's looking to secure his place in the Stallion Series final. He's been racing decent. His last 2 starts before last week were poor, and still got money, I believe, but poor. And then the other day got away at the last, come charging down the lane, finished 3rd in 57. I thought he raced pretty good. McPherson Thunder's heading to the sale on Monday for obvious reasons. Nice little colt, just not doing what we need him to do, so he has to change addresses, so to speak. But I think he'll be okay. Oliver, I'll take that away from you if I hear any more of that. Marzank Hanover's racing well. She races tonight at Kawartha Downs. Kevin said he'd like to race her once or twice more on one of these 5/8 mile tracks and then cut her loose at Mohawk. I don't blame him. He's protecting her because he really believes she's an extremely talented filly, and he's bringing her along properly. We'll see how she does tonight. Miss Brampton Beast, we really cut her loose and blew the carbon out of her the last 2 starts. I suspect she'll be sharp as a tack tonight at Hanover. Miss Mischief Maker is going to stay out. I decided to leave her out until later in the fall, and then we'll bring her back for training. Try to get her back ready early part of the winter, see what she can do. If we really like what we see, again, we always have the option to rest her up a little bit, freshen her up for the stakes if that's our plan with her. Muscle Chrome, another one, again, turn her out, bring her back for the winter. She's decided she's earned her spot to get turned out. Maybe not by wins or speed or by money, but again, I'm always going to go to bat for horses that do their work and want to do more, and this filly has been overachieving for quite some time. Nancy Allison, she's going out in the field to grow up. Probably going to give her a real good 2.5, 3 months off and then bring her back. I think this filly is sitting on some good miles at 3. At the end of the year, she was starting to put it together. Sure, she was a little self-confident at the gate. That could have been her feet. That could have been a lot of things. I know I trained her at 59 on an off track a week before her last start, so you don't have to tell me she's fast. She is. She'll put it all together. I have high hopes for Nancy Allison in 2020. Need Your Opinion races tonight at Hanover. She got off to a great start and then fizzled out a little bit throughout the Battle of the Bells. And I think tonight you're going to see a breakout race from Need Your Opinion. All Olympic hopeful races this afternoon in Illinois. Hasn't had a great year, but again, I trust Rob and Angie as far as what they can do towards the end of the year. Overdue Mission sitting on top of the list for the Buckeye Series for 2-year-old trotting fillies, and she's done it the hard way. You know, fairs, and her Buckeye win was at Bucyrus. She's just been racing tough. Really excited to see how this filly finishes off her year. Every week she seems like she gets a little bit better. Path of Totality has had a fantastic year. I think she's made $20,000 now. She's got a mark of 56-2. She's looking to secure her spot into the Stallion Series final. Really Blue Chip, really fallen on tough times. Her last 2 starts, she's looked horrid. And we're bringing her home. I talked to Scott after the race. He said maybe we'll send her back north, see if he can get her back on track. I don't know what's going on with her. She scopes half clean, so I suspect it's something in her blood. We're going to have to take a really close look at her. Again, much like Knockdown Dragout, for a little bit different reason. Are we going right to Ribfest? Yeah. Okay. We're going to have to hit the reset button with this filly and get her back on track. I hope I can. She's going to probably make it into the consolation in the next 3 weeks' time. So really blue chip, going to have a project with her to get her started back up. She may just be tired, but we'll see. I can't really say that for certain. Rooney blue chip, he's not tired, but he needs to grow up. Maturity, mentally and physically, he needs to mature. I think the only place to do that's in the field. So we'll probably just stop with Rooney blue chip, cut him loose, and let him grow up into the horse we hope he will. He's still got a good attitude, but he's making breaks in places he shouldn't at the smaller track at our farm. Sure, if I tighten his hobbles up and take him to Mohawk, I can go 2-2, 2-4, something like that, but we need more from him. I think his body is able to do more. We need his mind to do more also. So Rooney blue chip's going to head to the field for a little bit. Rose Run Valiant, another horse. Physically, he's maturing nicely. Mentally, as dumb as a post, I think. He just needs some time to grow up and grasp horse racing. We're just trying to get him some experience at the gate in racing situations. I am a little surprised it's taken this long for this colt to figure it out, but every horse is a little bit different. Lots of money, lots of speed in his family. I suspect this horse will come along just nicely for his 2020 season. Rose Run Versatile, we pulled the plug on her. She's had a long year, made 17 or 18,000, nothing to sneeze at. She trotted in 57 a couple of times. She's a nice filly. She's not a world champion, she's not a killer, but she's a nice meat and potatoes horse, and I think she's going to make a nice 3-year-old for us. Turned her out in Winterwood, want to see her come back nice and fat and shiny for probably a December return for Rose Run Versatile. Sebastian Ray left us yesterday, probably went to Robert Shepherd's barn, Isabel Darvo. Nothing wrong with that. Those clients do a lot of business with a lot of trainers, looking for a fresh start with Sebastian Ray. Certainly no problems there. He's a nice colt, trotted in 56, probably got a bright future in front of him, so I wish them lots of luck with him. Sebastian Yu, I think he's sitting on a big mile Sunday night at the Poconos. One little thing that we were missing, I think we can make the changes to make a real difference in this colt on Sunday night. Time will tell. We get 24 hours to figure it out, but I think he's on the right track right now. Sometimes things happen. He's looking for his berth into the Buckeye final. He won a Buckeye, got some other Buckeye points, and I believe he's sitting close to making it in. I know if he does well in Delaware for the last Buckeye, that will secure his place in the Buckeye final. Spend that money. She's crept into the $300,000 final. A lot of people upset with Spend That Money. You know what, guys? This is $11,000 yearling that's made $40,000, trotted in 57 and 58 all year, and is not great right now. She was better last week. I think she can be even better next week, but is not the filly that she was when she started. The allergies have really played a negative role with her, and we are combating it best we can. Obviously, the changes we made, she raced better her last start, and I think the changes even more that we're making this week will help her. So we'll have her the best we can going behind the gate. The ever so important will be the draw. Will be the draw on the gate. She draws inside. That's a great equalizer on a half-mile track, isn't it? We need a favorable draw. We'll Spend That Money. A little bit of luck, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if she did very, very well in the $300,000 Ohio Sires final next Sunday evening at Northfield Park. Spirit of Dio. There's a filly. Everybody was wondering if maybe New Jersey took a little too much out of her. Maybe she was getting tired. She answered that pretty quick the other night. That was a huge performance and raced very, very good. Second in 56. First over out of the 9-hole. Pretty hard. Oh my. Even she liked the trip she went. What's that? Did she now? Spirit of Dio was very, very good. Mario stopped me in the yard today to tell me how good Sunshine and Shade had trained and that he was really looking forward to schooling him on Tuesday. Let his hobbles out, took some gear off of him. He said he is better now than he ever was. Really excited to hear that. Really excited to hear how he schools Tuesday morning at Mohawk. Susie K, I'd like to see a big performance out of her jug week in the last Buckeye to make it into the final. That would be great. She's an overachiever. She tries really hard. Really love to see her make it into the Buckeye final. Tiamo Hanover, he's going to the Ohio Sale on Tuesday, I believe. Just wrong place, wrong time for this guy. He's got to mature, and he hasn't shown me enough that I can stick up for him and keep him. So he's going to be going and changing addresses on Tuesday. Trafalgar, hopefully she gets a clean bill of health from the veterinarian this week and can rejoin Harry Polton's barn and get back to training, get her back to the track as soon as we can. Time Al-Kazam, he's leaving, going to the sale, goes without saying. He's just too big and too gangly. Had some issues with him in the spring, and I can't really make an excuse to keep him, so we're not. Yours If You Want It, he's going to the sale on Tuesday, also Wednesday, I guess. But we are going to watch him. I'm not going to give him away. We're probably going to have a reserve set on Yours If You Want It. If he doesn't achieve the reserve, then we'll keep him, bring him home, turn him out, and see how he comes last year. Am I concerned with his attitude? Absolutely, I am. But he has a lot to offer, and we'll give him an opportunity. Allie Bear. We'll give him an opportunity to show it. Utopian, he's going to the sale. There won't be any reserves on him. Just a nice colt. Just not what we need, not nice enough, I guess is the easiest way to put it. I get no problems with him. He just needs to go to a smaller operation that's looking for something more like him. Next is Watch Avenue. He's racing tonight at Flamborough Downs. He looked like a... Did you see? Oh, you weren't there. James Wantland the other day? James told me the other day, he said, just race him twice and turn him out. This horse is a really, really nice horse. I do not want to see this horse on the front end tonight, and I hope he does not end up there. I told Kevin, make sure you tell that guy, the kid that's driving him, no front end for Watch Avenue tonight. I'd rather not see him there. I think this colt, I agree with James, probably 2 or 3 starts, turn him out. He's got all the ability, good family, and Kevin said he's not like he was before where you got to chase him and chase him. He's figured it out, and he likes doing it. Don't want to give him any reason not to. Wiggle Delight racing tonight in Hanover. Probably picked a winner close to it. She's coming off a mediocre mile. A little virus went through her, but the starts before that, she was tremendous. If she gets around Hanover tonight, I think she will be a force to be reckoned with at the grassroots level tonight in Hanover. Willpower Fashion, need a big race at a Will. Just so bad luck. I was really angry with that break last week. There was no need for it. It wasn't the horse's fault. He's going to come back and I think go a big mile on Sunday at the Poconos. I would be surprised if Willpower Fashion doesn't trot 56 and a piece Sunday night. I don't know if that's enough. We're going to find out. But I really like Willpower Fashion. I think he's going to finish off his year well, and I think he's going to be a really nice colt for us in 2020. Last is Zeb's Sunshine. Somebody emailed me the other day, upset with Zeb. What's wrong with him? He's a 2-year-old? I don't know. He qualified decent. He raced good at Sarnia. Both big tracks. Went to a smaller track. He got a little claustrophobic in the turns. Didn't look very good. Looked a little off, actually, a little uncomfortable, and didn't race well. Okay, so we're going to try and keep him off the halves, race him 2 or 3 more times, castrate him, and turn him out. I think his family would dictate that he has talent. The horse has got some talent. He's got some speed. He's got some issues. His knees are still a little bit open. That left hock bothers him that we took that big OCD out of. And his feet bother him a little bit. Knees and feet run hand in hand. So we're going to work on his feet, work on his knees, work on that hock, race him a couple more times. Hopefully look for a lifetime mark, pull the shoes off him, kick him out. There's nothing wrong with Zeb Sunshine. I think the only thing wrong with Zeb Sunshine is the expectations that are attributed to Zeb Sunshine. Zeb Sunshine's got a lot in front of him. We didn't pay a lot for him, and I think he's going to have a lot to offer in 2020. Not all these horses are fantastic horses in 2019. The ones that we're keeping, I'm keeping because I think they have a lot to offer in 2020, and Zeb Sunshine falls squarely under that heading. So that is it. I said that is it. That is it. There's nothing more to talk about today. We covered a lot. If you have any questions, email me. I'm sure some people have questions. We covered a lot of stuff today. Sales, an email campaign that I need help with from you in regards to Flamborough Downs. We're going to send you out some emails, some email addresses that you can address. Don't have to be rude or angry. Just simply tell your side of the story from exactly what we need you to. It's just a patron, somebody who loves the industry and got involved with the stable to watch horses and fall in love with racing like I did and everybody else. Certainly can't do that if you're not allowed to bring your kids to the track. It's ridiculous. It's archaic. It stinks of the 70s, and we need to move past that. I'm going to chalk it up as to somebody in a boardroom somewhere made this decision without understanding that there's branding going on with horse racing connected to casinos and this idea that kids aren't welcome at Flamborough Downs or have to walk around the building, and this is ridiculous. Kids should be welcome. In fact, not only should they be welcome, we should be attracting kids and their families as much as we can. Ava, their kids and their family as much as we can. And I think this is a massive mistake, and one that I hope will be easily fixed. So there's that. We have the sales going on Tuesday. I give you a short list of 12 horses. For looking at the videos and the pedigree that interest me, there's a whole bunch more I'm looking at. We are undoubtedly going to buy 5 or 6 yearlings at the sale on Tuesday. If you'd like to be a part of that, let me know. If you don't, that's fine too. For the people out there saying, no, I'm waiting until Harrisburg and Lexington. Okay. I'm looking to find value wherever I can, everywhere I can in North America. I think I found it last week in PEI with 5-run Homer. We're going to see how he is when he comes up. When it comes to the yearlings, we look everywhere. No stone will go unturned in North America. The first stone, the first sale, is this Tuesday. So that's it. I'll be back to you guys throughout the week. I'm going to do a couple of videos when I get to Ohio, send them out to you so you can take a look at them. It won't be the normal way with Curtis. It's just going to be me and Danny and Jason there looking at some babies on Tuesday morning, and then we're going to go from there. Anyway, that's enough. That's it for today. I'm going to go to Rib Fest. We're going to Rib Fest really quick. I get Georgian Downs tonight, and then I got the Poconos tomorrow. I'm gone for 4 days. I'll be back in Ontario Wednesday night or Thursday morning sometime. Any questions? Call me, text me, email me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take care.